really turning the ball over a lot, just giving up so many points, and then also taking away opportunities for us to just put the ball in the hole. And then this last game, just the second chance points. We only allowed those 3 offensive rebounds. That was our focus. Just really trying to find those wins. And we just keep talking about progress. That's where we are. That's the big word on the board. And we just keep doing that every night.
And then you're playing the Las Vegas Aces that have a very experienced front line. Less experience for your team. How do you prepare your team for that?
Trying to prepare for the Las Vegas Aces, that's tough in general, especially on a back-to-back. We really try to show tendencies, KYP, know your personnel. That's really what we can do right now, especially with our young players that, Caitlin's still trying to learn the league. I mean, she knows these guys, but just our coaches are able to get in and talk to them and, talk about tendencies. In this situation, what does she like to do coming off this or that pin down or that stagger? Just try to show them those things so they're aware and can maybe think ahead of what they can do to, keep their man in front of them if you're talking defense.
Hi, Christy. Willie Ramirez with WGRamirez.com. I asked Caitlin and Aaliyah last night on the Zoom about their mental health and just how they're doing. I read the protocols for the league, the mandatory things for the team. As a coach, what do you do to sort of make sure your players are okay? And part B to that, do you start taking in consideration with these games, how many games they played, that Caitlin may need a maintenance day and not worry about the fans that are showing up?
Yeah, this schedule didn't do us any service, right, with this young team. But the resilience that our team has shown has been really, really incredible. As a coach, you try to figure out, if they will just keep showing up and playing hard, going through this hard time, they're going to be, we'll be able to find ways to get our wins. You asked me how I try to help with their mental health. Back when I was coaching in college at Northwestern, we were in the middle of our season and we lost one of our players to suicide on January 9th. It's a day I'll never forget. It changed my life for forever. I do a better job of communicating with our players. You have to communicate, and a lot of times they'll kind of say what they think you want to hear just to keep it moving. And we just can't do that. You got to really check in with these guys, make sure they're okay. They're taking a lot of heat. They're taking a lot of pressure. They've taken a lot of, there's just a lot out there, noise that we're trying to keep out. And in our new society and world with social media, that just is really hard to do. So just check-ins, touch-ins with them. Trying to get them to really tell you how they are feeling. And, they're having some struggles, but, last night, just the smiles on their faces after that win, that helps so much.
You mentioned the word progress. Aaliyah had one of her best games against LA. Just kind of what did you see specifically from her that kind of just flipped the switch a little bit?
Yeah, she's just needed a game where she could get some confidence. Aaliyah's a great player, great person, wants to win, fierce competitor. Going against New York, going against Connecticut, going against, Olympians. She's a second-year player still, and I think people forget that at times. And so just really needed her to get some confidence, and she had a different mindset last night. And she came in, and she just really proud of the way she played and the way she helped lead our team.
We got time for 2 more. Scott on Zoom, then we'll have 1 more in the room.
Yeah, hey, Christy, I was curious how much of not a coincidence did you feel like it was? You finally got some practice time, and then the chemistry and everything seemed to really blossom last game. And secondly, anybody get the game ball? Anything in particular about the win last night?
We don't give a game ball but if I had to give a game ball last night, I would have to, between Timmy and Aaliyah Boston, just what they did in the post. Timmy she just brings an energy that is a competitive fire. She wants people to match her, and I love that about her. And our players are really feeding off that. Aaliyah Boston came in solid. Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell together out there. They just do some incredible things. You just see glimpses of things when they get into some guard-to-guard ball screens, what it's going to look like once they get that chemistry. So overall, and then Chrissy Wallace, she's just our workhorse. We showed clips this morning of her she picked up full court. She's really, she was not feeling great, but she just gives us everything she got. So our defensive effort last night, really proud of that.
Coach, what strategy or game plan do you have in place to counter the Aces' strong offense, and how do you plan to exploit their weaknesses on defense?
Yeah, we're going to try to just keep a body in front of a body. That is, they're going to set every kind of screen that you can set. They're going to invert screens, just a lot of actions that are not normal when you're guarding, day to day. So it's just trying to make sure that we're communicating, high-level communication. We talked about that this morning. Got to talk on all these screens, got to talk early. And just they're going to keep playing for that entire shot clock. They're going to keep moving, keep spacing the floor, and they all can put the ball in the hole. So just try to keep a body in front of a body, contest every shot. Our goal is to try to get a hand up on every shot. And we're going to do what we do. On offense, we're going to try to push the pace. I think they're giving up 82, 84 points a game. So we're going to try to make sure that we are giving them, something that we do well is push the pace. And then also in our game last night, we had a lot of good ball movement that we've not seen. And so just make them also guard us for the 24-second shot clock if we don't get that high percentage shot that we're looking for. All right. Thank y'all.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, it says the Las Vegas Aces are the league that's in, but it says the Las Vegas Aces yeah, so turn that up. Oh, wait.
For those of you online, it says the Aces because they're monitoring our computer. Caitlin Clark will be up shortly.
Seats officially this team won't have for WNBA. I know it has for like college basketball. I know the game's sold out also. I just didn't know if we do it. It was 17 line something.
They sell out last year against Morocco. No, I'm sorry, Phoenix 17-4-6.
Probably might have more seats.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So I guess that
I
could be
know,
done.
yeah. You guys even tried to move tonight over there originally?
I don't know, I think so. There's something else going on, or possibly going on.
Or maybe you're holding a date for the holidays.
Yeah.
It's probably too late. We'll see if Dallas wins. They don't want to go down too much.
Kate bailed, so looks like it's just me. Write that story. Kate bailed. That should be the headline.
We just got time for a few one since we just got Caitlin here, so I want to start, please.
No questions?
I'll start. Kate has told me that she's talked to you every day during this season. Can you just talk about your relationship with her and the support you have for each other?
Yeah, Kate's obviously one of my best friends and somebody that was with me all 4 years at Iowa, and I was the person that kind of begged her to come back for her sixth year. So I'm sure she doesn't regret that at this point. But yeah, we've talked every single day. I called her if not texted her every single day. I'm just really happy for her, and like everything Coach Hammond says about her is just so true. And every single person that, you know, played at Iowa and was around our program, like, knows that to be true. She's the ultimate teammate. She's the ultimate person, ultimate leader. She's going to do whatever she can for her team. Just super unselfish person, and just honestly, she's just a winner. She just, you know, has that, you know, personality about her. And, you know, lucky enough, she was my teammate, but also one of my best friends. So, you know, I've been lucky.
Hey, Caitlin. Willie Ramirez with AP and WGRamirez.com. During your introductory press conference, I asked you on Zoom about the different cities, and you said you're just looking forward to the league. I'm just curious, though, have you been to Vegas during the AAU circuit? Have you ever played in front of a crowd here?
I've honestly never been here before. Never came here for AAU. I know it was a big spot for a lot of the boys tournaments when I was growing up, but we never came here on the women's side. So I'm excited to be here. You know, seems like a really fun place. Probably going to come back and play some more roulette at some point. Put some money on Black 22, see if it hits. But I don't know. I mean, no, I never played here, but, you know, I'm excited to play here tonight. I'm assuming it's going to be very loud in this arena. It's kind of a little bit smaller, so noise probably is going to echo pretty good. And, you know, obviously you get to come here, and another good opportunity for us, you know, coming off a win and get to play another really good team and, you know, learn more about ourselves. So.
Caitlin, congratulations on your first win.
Thanks.
The smile on your face. What did that feel like, getting that kind of monkey off your back?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like we probably should have gotten at least, you know, could have gotten at least 2 more wins so far in the season. So it felt like we kept coming down to the wire, especially in the last 2 versus Connecticut and the Storm. And then we had every opportunity to find ways to win those games, and we just couldn't figure it out. So, you know, it kind of felt like we like turned another page when we were in LA and found a way to win. I thought our defense in the second half was really good. I think we held LA to 28 points in the second half. After Hamby had a really great first half, we found a way to, you know, stop her. But I thought we just played with like a different intensity and energy about ourselves. I think we're still trying to find a way to not play in spurts. Like, I think that's been one of our problems throughout the years. Like, we have spurts where we're really good, and then we have spurts where we give up 12 straight points. And, you know, that puts you in a deficit versus really good teams, and that's something that can't happen today. And, but obviously, like, that first win, like, winning kind of helps everything. Everybody knows that, especially if you've been in the coaching world before, or the playing world before, like, you know, winning helps. So, it's nice to get our first and, you know, play here, and then we get to go back home for 3 games. So, tough schedule to start, but, you know, no excuses.
And then Aaliyah Boston is only in her second year, but Christy talked about her leadership. You've talked about her leadership. You know, what is it that she's doing to help keep this team together moving forward?
Yeah, Aaliyah is just somebody that is always, you know, has her voice in the locker room. It doesn't matter how she plays, you know, whether it's good or bad. Like, she's going to be uplifting her teammates. She's going to be positive. I think her leadership's been great since the course of training camp coming into these games, and she hasn't lost that, even though it's been, you know, a tough start for us losing our first 5. It's, you know, nobody's hung their head, nobody's pouted, nobody's sulked. We just found a way to get better, and I think every single night, this team kind of has an energy about ourselves, of like a confidence about ourselves. And, you know, that's hard to teach, and especially hard when you're, you know, start the season 0-5. So, I'm proud of her for that. You know, she's been somebody that's always just been super encouraging to me, over the course of this first 26 days, and now in my 7th game. Crazy to think about, or 6th game, whatever we're on, I don't even know. But yeah, she's been absolutely incredible, and I thought she played really well yesterday, so I was happy to see that too.
Caitlin, East and Jan are here today, including the entire kind of women's basketball organization. How special is that 3 players from Iowa could be on the court today?
Yeah, it's super special. It's cool for our program. It's cool for, you know, Lisa. It's cool for Coach Jay. It's cool for all of them just to kind of see, like, you know, us coming in as freshmen, and then, you know, a lot of them had recruited, especially me, since I was in 8th grade. So this feels like they've known me since I've been 13 years old, and now I'm 22, getting to live out my dream. And they've been a huge part of that and helping me get here, and helping Megan and Kate get here too. So, it's a great moment for them. I'm sure they're not complaining about a trip to Vegas by any means. I think they've been here for a few days. So, I'm just interested to see which ones are wearing fever gear and which ones are wearing, Las Vegas Aces gear. So whoever shows up in the Aces gear, I don't know if I'll ever talk to them again. I'm kidding. But I'm sure it's going to be a 50-50 split. They probably planned it out. So Coach Jay and Coach Bluter, I'm guessing, will probably be neutral clothes, but the other ones probably are going to pick a side. So that'd be interesting.
Kayla, you're facing the Aces tonight. What aspects of their game is going to be the biggest challenge for this team? and how do you plan to counter them?
Yeah, I mean, offensively, they're just really, really good. They have so many weapons. They do a lot of things that is just read and react basketball. That's not something you can really scout for. They just play off of each other well. They want to play in transition. So I think the biggest challenge for us is stopping them. I think that's our focus. We're going to try to do everything we can to do that, throw a few different things at them. But they're two-time defending champions. Like, there's only so much stopping you can do, but we're going to do our best.
Hi, Caitlin. In your short time as a pro, what adjustments have you found to be the most challenging in terms of growing your game and integrating your game with that of your teammates?
Yeah, I think it's a little different. Like at Iowa, like every single game, like I'm taking 25 shots or more. Like that's just the fact of what we had to have. And here it's like trying to find the balance of what my team needs from game to game. Like, do they need me to be a little bit more of a scorer and a little more aggressive, or do they need me to facilitate and, take some attention and, feed them the ball? So I think finding that balance, I think I've done a really good job of that over the course of the few games. I think I've taken care of the ball a lot better over the course of the last few games. Been able to find my teammates. I thought we're running in transition a lot better. I thought we ran in transition last night, better. But I mean, I think everything's just kind of an adjustment. I think at times I started off in my first couple games just a little passive. I didn't really assert myself into the game and be aggressive. And I think, more recently, like I've kind of taken over and I've had the ball in my hands a lot more at the one. I think that's helped too. So I would say all that. Thanks, guys.